Have you ever seen a variable in JavaScript used before it's even declared? Sounds impossible, right? Well, this is thanks to a quirky concept called hoisting. Stick around to learn how hoisting actually works, why it can be confusing, and how it might even lead to bugs if you're not careful. So, what exactly is hoisting? Hoisting is JavaScript's way of treating where your variables and functions are in your code. Behind the scenes, JavaScript actually lifts or hoists variable and function declarations to the top of their scope before the code is even run. That means you can sometimes use variables or call functions before they're even declared in your code. Sounds strange? Let's dive into an example to make sense of it. Imagine you have this code with the keyword var. Can you guess what it will output? Most people might think this would throw an error because we're logging my_var before it's defined. But actually, JavaScript doesn't throw an error. Instead, it prints undefined to the console. Why? Because var declarations are hoisted. Behind the scenes, JavaScript rewrites your code like this. So my_var is known to JavaScript before the code runs, but it's unassigned until later. That's why console.log my_var returns undefined instead of throwing an error. Now, what happens if we use let or const instead of var? Let's try the same example, but this time with let. If you try this, you'll get a reference error. Why? Let and const are also hoisted, but they're not accessible until their actual line of code is reached. This gap, where the variable exists but can't be used, is called the temporal dead zone. It's JavaScript's way of protecting you from using variables before they're fully initialized. So, in short, using let and const can help avoid hoisting-related issues that might cause bugs. All right, but what about functions? Hoisting also applies to function declarations. For example, if you have this code, you'll see hello printed to the console, even though say hello is called before it's defined. This works because function declarations in JavaScript are fully hoisted, so you can call them before they appear in the code. But here's where it gets tricky. If you use a function expression instead, like this will throw a type error because only the variable declaration is hoisted, not the function expression itself. So, say hello function exists, but doesn't yet have a value. All right, let's recap. Here are the main things you need to know about hoisting. Variables declared with var are hoisted, but are undefined until assigned. Variables declared with let and const are hoisted, but are inaccessible until their actual declaration line due to the temporal dead zone. Function declarations are fully hoisted, meaning you can call them before they're declared, but function expressions are not. Understanding these quirks can help you avoid unexpected bugs and write more reliable code. So, next time you see JavaScript doing something strange with your variables or functions, remember, hoisting is probably at work. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more insights into JavaScript and web development.